When I did it, he did it big on hard at the bottom of the initials.
So how did you become a tattoo artist?
Funny story. I was on my Harley, riding around the country, playing Creedence and Steppenwolf on my Walkman. I wasn't heading anywhere special. Didn't really know what I was going to do. I just finished my PhD in art history from Berkeley, but the job market sucked, so I was adrift. A wander on America's highways, riding up and down the western states, the Dakotas, Montana, Wyoming. You know, if you don't have a map, the roads and the towns all look the same, except for the rocks. The rocks are all different. Like different artists painted them in different styles. I guess I was searching for art in the rocks. Then one day I was riding along, Nebraska, I think. Doesn't matter. So I looked up and I saw this massive cloud. You know how sometimes you'll see faces in clouds or animals? This was a vast, abstract, shaped thing. When I saw it, I nearly fell off my bike, like so. I stopped by the side of the road, sat on my bike, just watching, staring at this massive cloud. After a while, I heard this rushing sound, and I looked up, and this Ryder truck went by. You know, Ryder truck. Choice of terrorists. Anyway, I saw the driver, and he looked just like me. Same hairline, same beard. He was dressed different, but it was like I was looking at myself, a doppelganger. And I saw him looking back at me, quizzical-like. He probably wondered what I was doing there, sitting there staring at the sky, which made me start to wonder the same thing, which led back to the main question. What was I going to do with my life? Just then there was this massive boom and a bright flash of lightning. My cloud of inspiration had suddenly turned into a huge thunderstorm, maybe even a developing tornado right over my head. So I scrambled to hurriedly set up the tent, was huddled against the center post to shield it from the suddenly driving winds. I must have looked like a cheap Buddha leaning up against a bodhi tree. So outside, the thunder cracked, the lightning flashed, the wind blew, and inside, I'm wondering what I'm going to do next. And then it hit me. When the storm was over, I was going to ride as fast as I could. I was going to head east, the same direction the cloud and that Ryder truck with my twin went. I'd ride until dawn, and then wherever I was, near whatever town I was, I'd stop and settle there. Well, the storm ended pretty much as quickly as it began. I packed up my tent, loaded up my Harley, and headed east with a tailwind. I rode all night, right behind that storm. Near dawn, I took the glove off my left hand to see if it was dawn. That's how you check. It's dawn when you can see the lines in your hands. It's dusk when they disappear. So I was riding along, checking my hand, and suddenly the lines appeared. And there I was. Here, actually, right outside the shop. There was a sign on the window that said going out of business. The shop wasn't open yet, so I went to Denny's. Came back later, hunted up the owner. I asked him when he was going out of business. He said in a month. I asked if he was interested in selling me the business. He said, hell yes. I spent that month being an apprentice, learning everything there was to know about tattooing. History, principles, theory, whatever. Kind of came to it natural, like I was born to it. Or maybe in a past life. Got a small business loan from the bank. Been here ever since. 7 years now. Never looked back.
It's funny how you mentioned picking up on it right away. I was like that with shooting. First time I picked up a gun. Shot the target dead center.
Yeah, exactly. So, Arjuna, now you want a tattoo. Any ideas?
Not sure.
You have to be sure. These people that throw tattoos on their body without thinking, maybe I'll get one on my ankle, maybe I'll get one on my back. There is no maybe. They don't think about the art, the placement, the effect. And they're so limited. A rose, the design on an album cover, that barbed wire around the arm. A tattoo has to make sense to the person. Once it's done, it's a part of you. You have to choose the right thing.
I'm just not sure what's right for me.
Do you believe in past lives?
I don't know why.
I do. Sometimes I'll look at people. Not stare at them exactly, but watch them for a while. I'll see this haze around them, and then all I can see is their face. But it's not their face. I see it differently. I think what I'm seeing is what they looked like in their past life. You can do it yourself. Go into a dark room with a mirror. Hold a candle up to your left side of your face, and stare at your eyes in the mirror. If you concentrate, you can see what you looked like in your past lives.
And you've done this?
Once. That's all you need.
What were you?
You go back in reverse order. First I was a British aristocrat, then a Russian aristocrat. Don't ask me to explain the difference. I know what I felt. Then a Russian peasant. Then I went way back, and saw the face of a Neanderthal man. It's funny, a lot of my friends saw themselves that way too. You should try it sometime. Anyway, I can also look at people and figure out what they should have. A death head. No, a grim reaper. But not a human skull. There's something about you. Something you said about the shooting. Something tells me that you've shot some things in your life. A dog. With one eye. Why? The other eye's closed. Winking. A one-eyed grim reaper. What do you think?
Right. It feels right.
And on your right arm. Shall we start?